Let's now shift our attention to what's been happening in Afghanistan, where in the latest terror attack, there are reports, conflicting reports in terms of what's happened there. But according to the latest that has come in, at least about 12 people are said to have been killed in a terror attack that has taken place on a Gurudwara in Kabul. Reports indicate that multiple gunmen stormed the Gurudwara earlier this morning, roughly at about 7:30 a.m. local time, and then resorted to indiscriminate firing. The Interior Ministry claims that multiple people were stuck inside of the Gurudwara and the security forces are trying to rescue them. One Sikh parliamentarian has also said that as many as about 150 people could have been inside of the Gurudwara at the time when this firing started. Now, at this point of time, it is still unclear as to who is responsible for the attack. India has responded to this incident with a strong condemnation. The government of India has conveyed its condolences to the family members of the victims and has also extended all support to the Sikh community in Afghanistan. India has also expressed solidarity with the security forces and the people of Afghanistan. And also to give us a sense of what's actually happening right now in Kabul, we're joined in by our correspondent Mustafa Kazemi, who's joining us live from Kabul. Good afternoon to you, Mustafa. What's the latest in terms of this terror attack that has taken place there?
Good afternoon. It was around 8:30 India time and 7:30 Kabul time that we heard gunshots across the city because of the coronavirus. The city is on a quiet mood, and from far distance, explosions caused by hand grenades and other large caliber weapons can be heard easily, and we tracked it down according to the security forces present at the area, which is a special police unit specializing for such cases. They call it complex or CPS attacks. At least 10 terrorist fighters had penetrated a Gurudwara in Shorbazar area of Kabul city, which is a densely populated area, and within 15 minutes, we are told that the security forces responded and scrambled and they were inside. And according to the residents of the area, which is just as friendly with the Sikhs and Hindus living there, they said at least 130 people were present in that place during the event that was attacked. But so far, no terrorist group has claimed responsibility for the incident, and according to our cameraman at the scene, he said that he has seen at least 12 dead bodies being taken out by the ambulances evacuated to hospitals. And we hear that there will be at least less than 15, but the number can go high of the wounded Hindus and Sikhs who were present at that area. Now, some news wires report that the ISIS has claimed responsibility, but the government is not talking about it. As the Interior Ministry says, it is early to say who is behind the attack. The Taliban immediately sent a message saying that they are not behind the attack and they rejected any connection with it. But we are waiting to see how it unfolds in the coming hour, and then we will be able to know.
Interesting. And also at this point of time, a lot of people are looking at what has happened there. It is a place of worship that has in fact been targeted. Do we at this point of time know of the motive as to why a Gurudwara should have been targeted by these terrorists?
There's one motive, and that is the Sikhs and Hindus being a separate category than the Muslims, and most terror attacks happening here in the past, as they have been claimed of the responsibility by terrorist attacks, they have said in their statements and in their claiming responsibility notes that they attacked them because they were non-believers. According to another attack that happened a few months ago that killed a lot of people, they said that they attacked because they want to end the non-Muslims' presence here in Afghanistan. The terrorist groups mostly come from over the border, as we have heard from government sources consecutively, and that this is the only motive that they're seeing. Plus, in the most recent attack, which caused a stir in the Hindus and Sikhs going back to India, which was in the eastern Afghanistan, and killed a senior Sikh parliament nominee. After that, the attacking group claimed responsibility, and they said that they just wanted to see this, the Sikhs and Hindus retreating back to India from Afghanistan.
Absolutely. At this point of time, the Kabul government has said that it could have been the Haqqani network behind the attack. There are also reports that say ISIS could be behind the attack. But what is the situation right now in terms of identifying as to who could have been behind this attack?
Well, since there is still sporadic gunfire at the scene and the police special units, counter-terrorist units are still engaged in combating these, we don't know how many of them are still alive or dead. But it is clear that at this time it would be early to know who would it be. Government sources are telling us it is the Haqqani group conducting this attack. But there are other reports from local news channels saying that they have sources saying that it is the ISIS or Islamic State in Khorasan, which is Afghanistan, ISKP. We just have to wait and see who will claim the responsibility later. We check the media and all over the online presence of these terrorist networks that they usually take the credit through those platforms. Nobody has said anything except the Taliban, which rejected it and said they don't have any connections with it.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed, Mustafa Kazemi, for joining us from Kabul and getting us all those insights. We'll, of course, come back to you as more details emerge in this story.